Welcome back, students. I'm Vishal Pandey and I'm here to teach you English literature basically of class 8th, and the poem which I'm going to take is titled Under the Night Voices. Now basically night, as you all know, and the voice, as we all know, the night voices basically indicate something which we are here to discuss each and everything. Let me draw your attention that this poem has been written by a famous and eminent author, a poet, a genuine writer from Scotland whose name is Sir Arthur Ignatius Conan Doyle. Now very important he is because he was born on 22nd of May in 1859. Not only this, but also he was a Scottish physician as well. Now what is physician? He's supposed to be a doctor as well, और writer भी वो एक famous हुआ करते थे. So basically we are talking about a famous poem, Night Voices, written by Sir Arthur Ignatius Conan Doyle. Now let me draw your attention towards many other things, like he is the man who has written a great fiction and its character's name was the Sherlock Holmes. Now Sherlock Holmes was a story, a fictional story based totally on crime, written by Arthur Ignatius Conan Doyle, who was a famous writer of Scotland. Basically it is situated in Europe. And then he wrote a Sherlock Holmes, the famous story of a spy, of a detective, which was published in 1887. So very simple as that. So he died ultimately in the year 1930. So he was a very prominent writer, novelist, essayist, short story writer, prose writer, and so forth. So let us understand what is the Night Voices indicates in your English channel book of class 8th. Let's begin. So if I talk about this poem, Night Voices, it is a creepy poem. Now what is a creepy poem? Creepy poem means a fearful poem. Now let me draw your attention toward three things. The first one, when you were a child, you used to afraid of darkness. Afraid of darkness. Second thing, there was some particular places where you used to afraid because you don't used to go there. So particular places as well where you don't used to go. I'm talking about each and everybody's childhood. And the third thing, when something whisper, when something murmurizes, when something blows, when you hear something, the noise something in the night, you become fearful. So this poem deals about these three things which I told you that this poem indicates the theme which is considered as fearfulness. So now let us understand line by line. Let me tell you before starting that in this poem there is a father and there is a child. I'm not saying that he should be a boy or a girl. She should be a girl, because it is not clearly mentioned in the poem that he or she is a boy or a girl. So let us indicate him as a child. So a child is asking some questions to his father that why a boy or a girl become fearful in the dark nights. So let us understand line by line. There are 5 stanzas basically. We will understand each stanzas. I will explain the line wise. I will explain you the meaning, the literal devices, each and everything I'm going to explain. So let us discuss about the stanza number 1. So if I talk about stanza number 1, the first line starts with, Father, Father, who is that a whispering? Who is it who whispers in the wood? Now you can see in the first line starting with father, now F capital. What you understand with this? It is very clearly mentioned. You can see each line of each line, the first word of each line is starting with a capital letter. This indicates that whenever you are writing a poem or reciting a poem, the first line and the first word should be always in capital. So this indicates you that the father, which child is asking, "Oh father, who is that? The voice which is whispering, the sound which is coming from there, what is that sound?" Because you can see a question mark straight away at the end of the sentences. So a child is asking, he has some curiosity, he has some, he wants to know that from where the voice is coming. It is night, because it is night. So it is not day, ultimately it is night. So he's fearful that from where the voice is coming, why it is whispering all together. In the first line it can be seen clearly. In the second line, the child is saying, "Who is it who whispers in the wood?" Child is like an unknown, child used to ask some questions at their early ages. It doesn't matter that what the prominent question they ask, but the thing matter is they keep asking different types of questions which parents keep ignoring. So the boy or the girl, whatever the child is there, is asking about that who is that man or a woman or something which is whispering in the wood, means in the forest, from where the voice is coming, from where the whispering is coming. The child is very much afraid from that particular voice. You say it is the breeze. Now the child is reverting that his father is saying that it is the breeze. Now father is saying that, "Child, don't worry, no need to be afraid, because it is only the breeze." Now what is breeze? Breeze is the charm, wind which blows through the night. So it is the breeze, child, don't worry, no need to be afraid, as it sighs among the trees. Now you can see the first line is whispering and the second line is ending with wood. No rhyming scheme is there, but the third and fourth line is rhyming. So we can say these words, these two sentences are rhyming, and you can see the fourth line and the second line is rhyming, wood, wood. So what is the rhyming scheme, students? Rhyming scheme will be A, B, C, C, B. This is the rhyming scheme. I will write here A, B, C, C, B. This is the rhyming scheme which will follow throughout the poem. So child is very much curious. Child wants to know something about from where the voices are coming. So child is asking as it sighs among the trees. So father is saying that, "Child, no need to worry, because this is a breeze which is coming from the trees." So very clear it is that child has some curiosity and father is satisfying the child by his appropriate answers. Now in the last line you can see, but there is someone who whispers in the wood. The child is not satisfied yet, because in the last sentence you can see the child is asking, "But how could you say that the winds are coming only from the trees? I can clearly see," child is saying, "I can clearly see there is someone who whispers in the wood, who is talking, who is whispering in the forest." Wood stands for the forest. Wood is symbolizing forest in the poem. So child is not satisfied in the first stanza. The child is saying, "Father, how could you say that only breeze is playing its role, because from the trees not only the breeze is coming, but there is someone who is hiding, who is there in the wood, in the forest." So this was the first stanza. I hope you all are getting my point. तो जैसा कि हम समझ रहे हैं कि फर्स्ट स्टैंजा वाज बेस्ड टोटली ऑन द इंटरेक्शन विद फादर एंड द चाइल्ड. अब हम देखते हैं कि बच्चा जो है वो सेटिस्फाइड अभी भी नहीं हुआ. सो व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट स्टैंजा विच इज written by Doyle, Mr. Doyle. So let us understand that what he is saying, we will go through the second stanza. It is of 5 line. All the stanzas are of 5 line. Let us discuss. Father, father, who is that a murmuring? Now you can clearly see the first stanza was father, father, who is that whispering? Now the child has changed his question. Now he's asking, father, father, who is that a murmuring? तो अब ये वो क्वेश्चन उसने बदल दिया है बच्चे ने, और वो ये जानना चाहता है कि फादर आप मुझे बताएं कि ये कौन है जो कि एक मर्मरिंग साउंड, एक कहते हैं ना कि मर्मरिंग साउंड विच मीन्स दैट समवन इज टॉकिंग लाइक इट इज़ द फॉर्म ऑफ एन एनर्जेटिक वॉइस. जैसे हम कहते हैं ना कि सन इज अ सिंबल ऑफ मस्कुलिन जेंडर एंड मून इज द सिंबल ऑफ फेमिनिन जेंडर, लाइक दैट ओनली. whispering is, some politeness was there, but in the murmuring it is the harshness. So who is it who murmurs in the night? चाइल्ड जो है वो अब और ज़्यादा डर गया है. वो पूछ रहा है कि कौन इतनी तेज़ आवाज़ में बात कर रहा है, किसकी इतनी तेज़ आवाज़ें आ रही हैं, कहाँ से ये ज़ोर ज़ोर से आवाज़ें आ रही हैं. और उसके साथ साथ वो ये भी पूछ रहा है अपने फादर से कि ये कौन है जो इतनी रात में बात कर रहा है. हु इज़ दैट हु इज़ टॉकिंग कंटिन्यूअसली, हु मर्मर्स इन द नाइट? हु इज़ दैट who is talking continuously, whose voice I can hear, you also can hear? Tell me, give me the reasonable answer. He's asking, the child is asking to his father. You say it is the roar. Now children, you have to understand, this boy or this girl, whatever it is only recommended as a child. तो पोएट ने ये कहा है कि ये एक बच्चा है, वो लड़का है कि लड़की है ये पोएट ने क्लियर नहीं किया है. तो पोएट ये कह रहे हैं एज अ फादर, यहाँ पे फादर कौन है? पोएट हिमसेल्फ. तो पोएट ये कह रहे हैं कि यू से इट इज़ द रोर. अब देखिए बच्चा जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं अपने फादर से ये जानना चाहता है कि आप तो ये कहते हैं कि ये किसी के दहाड़ने की आवाज़ है, रोर, बिकॉज लायन इज़ रोरिंग. तो वो लायन का कॉन्टेक्स्ट यहाँ पे यूज़ नहीं किया गया है, बट ओनली रोर हैज़ बीन टेकन बाय द पोएट इटसेल्फ. तो रोर मतलब क्या होता है? दहाड़ना. सो व्हाट चाइल्ड इज सेइंग, यू से, यू स्टैंड्स फॉर फादर, यू स्टैंड्स फॉर फादर. तो वो पूछता है कि फादर आप कहते हैं कि ये दहाड़ने की आवाज़ है. ऑफ द वेव अपॉन द शोर, किसके दहाड़ने की आवाज़ है ये? वेव्स की. वेव्स मतलब लहरें. लहरें किसकी होती हैं? या तो समुद्र की होंगी, या तो ओशंस की होंगी, या सीज़ की होंगी, अदरवाइज़ किसी न किसी रिवर की भी हो सकती हैं. तो वेव्स हैं जो कि शोर. ये मैंने बताया था कि दिस पोएट वाज बोर्न इन स्कॉटलैंड. तो वहाँ पे बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो यूरोप में, जो कि आप देख सकते हैं वहाँ पे बहुत सारे हिली एरियाज़ होते हैं यूरोप के अंदर, बहुत सारे माउंटेन्स होते हैं. तो वहाँ पे वेव्स जो हैं वो कहीं ना कहीं, अगर रिवर्स हैं उस माउंटेन के रेंज में, लेक्स हैं उस माउंटेन के रेंज में, तो वेव्स अक्सर वहाँ पे आया करती हैं. तो ये कहीं ना कहीं ये जो बच्चा है जो कि क्वेश्चन कर रहा है अपने फादर से, अल्टीमेटली द चाइल्ड वांट्स टू नो कि फ्रॉम वेयर द वॉइस इज कमिंग, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली ही इज़ फियरफुल, ही इज़ अफ्रेड ऑफ समथिंग, बट देयर इज समवन हु मर्मर्स इन द नाइट. फाइनली उसको यहाँ भी आंसर नहीं मिलता, वो सेटिस्फाई नहीं होता. वो कहता है कि कहीं ना कहीं से आवाज़ें आ रही हैं, और वो आवाज़ें रोर की हो सकती हैं किसी की, और वो किसी रोर की किसकी हो सकती हैं? किसी वेव की हो सकती हैं, किसी लहरों की आवाज़ हो सकती हैं. बट देयर इज़ समवन, वो अभी भी क्लियर नहीं हुआ. कोई ना कोई तो है जो कि मर्मर्स की साउंड निकाल रहा है. समवन इज़ देयर हु इज़ मर्मरिंग. So children, I will explain you in the next video the remaining 2 stanzas. लेकिन मैं आज अभी आपको समअप करके बताऊंगा. दोनों स्टांजा मैंने पढ़ाए हैं आपको, फर्स्ट स्टांजा और सेकंड स्टांजा. आप उसको पढ़ेंगे एंड यू विल राइट द डिफ़िकल्ट वर्ड मीनिंग्स, यू विल अंडरलाइन by yourself, you will write it. And in the next video, in the next class, I'm going to discuss the remaining 2 stanzas. Let me sum up the stanza. एक आपको समझ लेना बहुत ही ज़रूरी है कि एक चाइल्ड है जो कि अपने फादर से ये पूछ रहा है कि फादर ये विस्परिंग की साउंड किसकी है, कौन, कहाँ से ये आवाज़ आ रही है? वो अपने घर में बैठा हुआ है, सिटिंग इन हिज हाउस विद हिज फादर, एंड अल्टीमेटली ही the voice started coming. तो वो कहीं ना कहीं अफ्रेड है और वो जानना चाहता है कि ये आवाज़ किसकी आ रही है. तो उसके फादर उससे कहते हैं कि ये ब्रीज़ की आवाज़ है, हवाएं चल रही हैं उसकी आवाज़ है. और हवाएं कहाँ से आती हैं? दे आर कमिंग फ्रॉम द ट्रीज़ इटसेल्फ. तो ये ट्रीज़ की आवाज़ हो सकती है. बट ultimately child is not satisfied, so he is saying that someone who whispers in the wood, someone is there who is whispering from the forest. सेकेंड स्टांजा की अगर बात करें तो सेकेंड स्टांजा जो है वो बेसिकली इसमें डील करता है कि बच्चे को और भी किसी के मरमरिंग की साउंड सुनाई देती है, और वो मरमरिंग की जो साउंड है वो नाइट में ही उसको सुनाई देती है. इसके अलावा वो ये भी कहता है कि फादर आप तो कहते हैं कि ये जो रोर की आवाज़ है ये वेव्स से आ रही है. वेव्स जो कहाँ है वो अपॉन द शोर, कहीं ना कहीं ये पर्वतों से ढलान की तरफ वो दे आर कमिंग फ्रॉम द माउंटेन्स टूवर्ड्स द सी. सो दे आर द वेव्स जो कि रोर करते हुए दहाड़ते हुए नीचे की तरफ आ रही हैं. बट आई एम नॉट सेटिस्फाइड, बट देयर इज समवन हु मर्मर्स इन द नाइट. सो द चाइल्ड हैज़ सम क्यूरियोसिटी. चिल्ड्रन, he or she, let me clear you, the child, whatever he is, a boy or a girl, it has not been mentioned in the poem, so we will use a term child only. So I'm going to define all the remaining two stanzas in the next video. Till then you have to write the word meanings of these two stanzas. We will meet in the next video. Till then, take care, bye bye.